host with the most, Jen Bell, as always. Welcome back. So, I'm talking about a movie that came out in 1995, and I'm not sure how many people know of this movie, have seen this movie, but I definitely want to talk to you guys about this movie, and that movie is The Cure, starring Joseph Mazzello, Brad Renfro, may he rest in peace, Annabelle Sciorra, I probably slaughtered that name, but she was the mother in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle from a few years before, and Diana Scarwood. So this is about this is a movie about a young boy, Joseph Mazzello, who has AIDS. He actually had gotten AIDS, had contracted AIDS. Contracted AIDS? Yeah, that's right? From a blood transfusion. And him and his mom, played by the mother from Hand That Rocks the Cradle, move next door to Brad Renfro's character and his mom. And so, yeah, and here's the thing, it kind of shows you sort of two different sides of people who have AIDS and don't have AIDS. So, Joseph, obviously a new kid in town and everything, kind of, gets those little, people who know who he has AIDS give him a hard time and everything, because this was made in 95, so there's still a lot of that prejudice and everything about the disease. I know there still is today, but nothing like it was back in the day. And then you have Brad Renfro's character who, because just by the hand that was dealt that this young boy and his mom moved next door to him, he starts getting ridiculed, oh, you're the fag boy's boyfriend. So I hate that word, but it's kind of in the movie and everything. So he kind of gets tormented. So at first, one day they're both outside kind of playing and stuff. The fence is dividing them, and they can't see each other because they have one of those fences where literally you can't see anything because you can't it's not like a chain link fence or anything. It's boards and everything. So, but they're kind of talking and stuff. And Renfro's character is why'd you have to move here? Why'd you have to move here? And Joseph's character is well, we had to move somewhere, So, but eventually one day, Brad Renfro's character just decides, hey, you know what? I'm gonna see what this kid's all about. He literally climbs the fence over the kid's yard and everything, and he kind of makes a crack of dude, you're a midget. You're a midget. But very quickly, like kids do, they kind of look past their differences, even something such as AIDS, and begin to form a bond and everything. And you have to understand too, both kids come from a single parent household. We know for a fact that Renfro's father pretty much, I guess, left or whatever, and is dating someone much younger and everything. I don't think it's actually explained what happened to Mazzello's father in the movie. If they did explain it, I think it's just real quick. But they come from a single parent household and everything, both of them. And so they're, just kind of bonding and everything. And here's the thing. Renfro's mom in this movie is very kind of slightly abusive. Nothing like the other movie with Joseph Mazzello in it, Radio Flyer. Nothing to the extent of that, but there is some of that abuse and everything. She's just, also too, she's very stressed out because she's always working and everything, working odd hours, late hours and everything, so he kind of gets some brunt of stuff. And unfortunately, she's just very kind of, once again, with it being the time, very not understanding about individuals with AIDS. So she kind of, once she finds out that this kid has AIDS, she's don't you ever hang out with him? I don't want you catching AIDS. Just that naivety of not, being educated, not having the right information. So unfortunately, she's always kind of spouting that. But Renfro's character, thankfully, and this is something I liked about it, like I said, really kind of looks past that. And once he starts, getting to know Mazzello's character, realizes, hey, he's like anyone else. I'm not gonna like catch this. Like, and plus two, you have Mazzello's mother kind of explaining to Renfro of like, oh, you know, like this is how you can kind of catch it. Like, you know, doctors say you know, at one point he's over at dinner at Mazzello's house, and they're eating ice cream, and Joseph is his character does not finish his because he's kind of tired. So Renfro was like, oh, you know, can I eat it? Like, not, you know, totally just like, that's the innocence and everything about this character that I love. Of like, I don't care, like, I'll eat your ice cream. I don't care if you have AIDS. But Mazzello's mom decides to, like, or she says, like, you know, when it comes to other people's kids, like, doctors say you can't get it through just eating ice cream, but we don't want to take that chance. So she's always kind of, like, concerned because, you know, she is, even though she understands the different ways you can contract AIDS and everything, she's still responsible. She doesn't want to take those risks just in case something happens, because she doesn't want that to happen to another kid that's happening to her own kid. So, and at one point, I think they're looking at like one of those like National Enquirers, you know, one of those like just papers that, you know, especially too back in the day when, you know, it was basically those newspapers, those sort of like fake newspapers, would run stories such as, oh, the Bat Boy has been seen again. The Mexico Bat Boy has been seen again. So it's like one of those things, but these kids being so young believe the stuff that is in here. But they see that supposedly some doctor has found the cure for AIDS and everything, and oh, blah, blah. So they get an idea of, well, hey, let's see if we can figure out this cure for AIDS. We can cure you and everything, and then boom, you can have a normal life. So that's kind of where the whole title comes from and everything, and sort of where the whole movie kind of takes off, and just seeing these kids trying to do this and bond and everything. So, and this is another one, you guys. This is another one. You're going to need some tissues. I don't want to spoil the end, but you're going to need some tissues throughout this movie, because it tugs at your heart. It really does. It's just one of those movies. Definitely check it out. Once again, I'm not even sure if this is on any streaming services right now. Once again, excuse me. Once again, because you guys know I do not check out every single sort of streaming services, including like free ones. If you guys know, you know my policy. If you guys know of any streaming services of any movie I talk about that might possibly have a movie I'm talking about, including this one, please leave it in the comments for other people to be able to enjoy. I really don't mind that at all. So, but definitely check it out. For those of you who have seen this, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. So, but till next time, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.